Okay, so a young cowboy walks into a seedy cafe in a small town in West Texas. He sits down at the counter and notices an older cowboy with his arms folded staring blankly at a bowl of chili. After about 15 minutes or so just sitting there staring at it, the young cowboy bravely asks, "Hey, if you ain't gonna eat that, do you mind if I do?" The older cowboy slowly turns his head towards the young wrangler and in his best cowboy manner says, "Nah, go ahead." Eagerly, the young cowboy reaches over and slides the bowl over to his place and starts spooning it in with delight. He got nearly to the bottom before he notices a rotten dead rat in the chili. The sight was shocking, and immediately he upchucked the chili into the bowl. The old cowboy quietly said, "Yep, that's about as far as I got to." Go ahead and hit it.
Welcome to the OF podcast, coming to you from some hellhole in America. Now here are your hosts, David, Ram, and James. Let the pain begin.
Welcome to the OFL podcast, now with 100% not giving a fuck about some senator's vacations. My name is David, and of course, over here is James. How are you doing this week, James?
I'm good. Haven't gone plaid yet, so I'd say things are doing good.
I agree. In case you haven't noticed, unfortunately, Ram is not here today. He ate something that does completely disagree with him, and that something was cock. So we hope that he feels better. He'll be back next week. When you watch the next week episode, you're going to notice a few things. It was pre-recorded because I'll be out of town next weekend. So some of the jokes might not get because I referenced this episode that we're doing right now and Ram's not here. So, and it's also a little weird because today's the 1 year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
We started this podcast exactly 1 year ago today.
You're right. I feel like we should have had a celebration or a party or
something like that. But unfortunately, Ram's not here.
Of course, I'm not making any money on it, so it doesn't really.
No one's making money. In fact, I'm at losing money from having to tie it to the pod subscription, the freaking mics, the equipment, uploading it. So that's wasting my time, only for dick and bark jokes. So I'm good with this. I find it strangely nice. Anyways, before we get too much into the podcast, we got to go over our sponsor, which is once again your book, which is shockingly the very first Waking Wild into the book one. So the first book is once again number one, which is kind of weird for me. I guess people read the third book. That's what I'm guessing. And then they were like, you know what? I didn't read the other book, so let me go back. And they started all over again. That's what I'm taking.
That's basically, yeah. People see it available and they're like, oh, well, that looks good. I should start at the beginning.
Yeah, unfortunately, they ruined themselves by reading the third one first. I'm like, shit. So, it is what it is. Well, anyways, I guess it's that time of the week. I think it's time we get into the Twitter files. So go ahead and hit that intro.
It's time for some weird shit on Twitter. It's time for the Twitter files.
All right. So what do we got this week? Well, this happened just on April 2nd, which is my daughter's birthday. So once again, happy birthday, Coconut. But Pam Bondi got axed. We were talking about this earlier this week. I'm happy for it. She really did. She did some things that were great, but a lot of things that the American people demanded, she just didn't do. Like the Epstein list was, and then some of the things that they've had certifiable proof against other senators for corruption and everything else, and nada.
And nothing for the deep state issues.
Nope.
No prosecutions for those that made up the whole Russia collusion hoax and. In order to affect an election, there were serious crimes committed in that, and nobody was prosecuted.
Nope.
Not one person.
She did nothing at all.
Basically, she ruined trust.
Yep.
So
I'm hoping her replacement will be better, but we'll have to wait and see. Honestly, I think it's just going to be more of the same. That's sad, but that's the way I look at it. Let's see what else we got. Outrage is erupting in Charlotte, North Carolina, as a man who was caught on camera revving his engine, speeding, and then smashed and killed into an 8-year-old
What the hell?
little girl. Yep, and it's right here. Let's say let's watch it. They did blank it out because I don't want to see that. See, there's that asshole, and they stop it before she hits the little girl that's right there.
The other two kids got out the street. Naomi wasn't quick enough through her little legs. She had eyes on her. She was not unattended. She did not run out in front of no car. That car, just like she hit her like she was an animal and kept going until he probably got a phone call to say he hit that baby.
Another neighbor didn't want to go on camera, but says she saw the whole thing from somewhere in the video you're watching now.
And you gunned it down the street. You were on the wrong side. This baby play out here every day, all day. You on the wrong side. You came over this side, hit the baby. You didn't stop. You kept going. You didn't remain on scene. They had to call you to tell you to come back. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this guy literally just veered his car into the left and ran over the kid. It's like he was, I don't know if he was aiming for her, but he didn't care.
Yeah.
That's fucking ridiculous. And the sad thing is he was let out on $1,000 bond.
Yeah. I was going to say, that's so commonly the case.
So, I would say, cool, then that means I can just go over and just mow people down with my car. But I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I'm white.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get the death penalty. That is so fucking sad. All right, what else do we got?
I will say, though, don't let your kids play in the streets, guys.
It's not safe. I used to play in the streets all the time when I was a little kid, but it was a different time.
Yeah, I used to too. But, even then, and that was the thing, though. You would see them coming and you wouldn't be speeding down the street or whatever, or you'd have a nice long distance between, the next intersection so you could tell if a car was coming.
Yeah, and most cars would actually paid attention to the road.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh, there's a kid. And they would get close and just honk at you. Hey, you need to move. And,
I mean, still accidents would happen, but that was not only just regular negligence. It appears to be deliberate. I don't know for sure. But
I mean, if she ran into the right lane where he was driving, okay, it happened. But from what it sounds like is he literally veered into the oncoming traffic lane and fucking hit her.
Hey, I've had a few times in my life where I came so close to hitting a kid because you're just driving normal speed down a neighborhood road, and then just some kid comes running. They didn't look at all. They're just running, and you're like, trying not to hit them because kids are stupid. Of course, it happened with an adult too, so I can't just say it's only kids. I literally came so close to hitting a man. It was dark outside, and he was a black guy. He was wearing all black. I could not see him until he looked at me, and I saw his eyes and his teeth.
Oh, that's messed up.
I'm not trying to be anything, but it's true. He was pitch dark in Missouri. I was like, oh crap, dude. I'm like,
it kind of reminds me. I used to work for Domino's like 20 years ago, and it was Halloween, and one of our delivery drivers comes back, and he's talking to me and my friend Larry because he used to work there, and he's like, I hit a kid. I was like, you hit a kid? He's like, it's okay. He's like, well, what happened? And I was like, well, I was reversing out of the customer's driveway, and there's a kid. I hit him with my car, not hard, but I knocked him to the ground. And we're like, oh my, did you call the police? No, I just gave him some candy, and he was okay. You gave him some fucking candy. Oh my God, Jesus Christ,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm done.
All right. Anyways, and next thing we said is in a jaw-dropping 5-4 ruling, the U.S. Supreme Court has granted President Donald Trump broad wartime authority under the 1798 Alien Enemies Act, empowering him to carry out mass deportations of the Trinity something gang directly to El Salvador's mega prison, which is good. I mean, he shouldn't have to have freaking the Supreme Court to jump in and rule.
I know,
he
right?
has that power.
That's what I was going to say. He has that power anyway. It's and the thing is they also don't word that right. The Supreme Court didn't grant him. He already had the authority. All they did was recognize it.
Yep, and block that other judge from saying, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, that's what they did. So they didn't grant him. That would have been them creating rights that didn't already previously exist.
Yeah.
So wording does matter to me.
I agree. And that's some fun stuff. Tiger Woods has been arrested for DUI. He flipped his car over.
Really?
Yeah, he was not for alcohol though, but they think he was definitely impaired, so he was on some kind of medication. pill popper or something like that. But we do have some footage of this, of him just, some other stuff. First, this is a scene of him going to the grocery shop right before he had the accident. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, here he comes. Yeah, there we go. The poor guy. I mean, he was definitely impaired. Yeah, they also have this is related. EA came out that he has a golf video game, right? So they updated it with a new patch, and this is the new Tiger Woods golf game. So I mean, it looks good to me. I mean, it looks fucking great. Yeah. I mean, the graphics look wonderful.
I mean, hey, they even got the skin color white.
Yeah.
Black, so,
I mean, oh shit. I hate when that happens.
Still drinking while flipping. Okay.
They did let him out to do some golfing for his tournament. This is him. Yeah, he still make those putts, sir. He still can make those putts.
Oh my lordy.
Let's see what else. All right. Well, moving on from making fun of Tiger Woods.
Yeah. I'm not sure why we were making fun of him anyway. I don't know about the guy.
That dude's been in so many fucking accidents and shit like that.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
For drugs and alcohol and whatever.
Because I hadn't noticed.
I just think it's funny. Last weekend we had the No Kings protest. That was a complete failure from my understanding. And this was pretty interesting, I thought. This is from Fox News.
Some viewer feedback. Stephen Kuntz writes in on X, Will, you were trying way too hard to discredit the No Kings protest. By far, the majority of these people are like me. They are ordinary, informed citizens who see Trump for what he is and for the harm he is doing. I appreciate the respectful response, Stephen. This would be my response to you. I do not think I'm working to discredit No Kings. I'm actually reporting on some facts to you about No Kings. If those facts are inconvenient, then they may serve to discredit something that you feel like is legitimate. As to whether or not the majority of these people are informed citizens, I would suggest to you that, in fact, you are not informed. It is my job, and I am trying to inform you about something that is much larger that you might be a part of. It could be true that you are ordinary citizens who desperately dislike President Donald Trump, but you're not simply a gathering of people who dislike President Trump or might be suffering from Trump derangement syndrome. You're actually pawns. One could argue useful idiots under the banner of ordinary citizens for billionaires with a bigger agenda. See, the discreditation is due to the fact that these protests are not just funded by billionaires, but they are driven by an overt, open agenda. All you have to do to learn that is just be a bit informed. And then maybe one day wake up when you're standing in the streets of, say, Times Square, next to a guy who's waving a communist flag, asking yourself, what is it I'm a part of? Straight to some viewers.
Yeah, that was weird. Like the one in New York got out of hand where they were literally waving communist flags.
Yeah. That's common in Democrat protests. You see that all the time. Well, you'll see the Soviet flag. You'll see people walk around with Che Guevara shirts and all that. They are openly communist. Between and this was several years ago, but between somewhere around a third or more of the Democrat Party are openly socialist or communist.
Yeah,
they're not even. They don't even hide it. They're
The sad thing is, if they would just study history, they would learn it doesn't work.
Yeah,
it doesn't work.
And then they talk about no kings. What do they think communism? Communism is tyranny.
It's basically
not
saying
the sharing of resources.
No,
it's more than just an economic system. People will talk about the economic system that it derives from. But how do you have that economic system? You have to have a top-down heavy government to enforce all of it.
Yep.
Because that's the only way to do that. You have to have a government do it. And so you always end up with hard tyranny. So these people are idiots.
Oh, yeah.
Useful idiots.
They're paid idiots. What are we talking about?
Like I said, congratulations. We already don't have a king. So,
if we did, literally, we wouldn't have a constitution either.
Yeah, right.
It's like anything you say would, guess what? You protesting, they would arrest you all.
Yeah.
So, good for you.
It's one thing to disagree with someone. Let's say you don't agree with Trump's, actions in Iran. Okay, that doesn't make him a king.
No.
He did it within the law.
Yep.
You can disagree with things without thinking somebody's a tyrant. On the other hand, when Biden, unconstitutionally mandated, companies force their employees to get shots.
Yeah.
Or when they were mandating masks, that was tyrannical.
Yes,
People
it
were
was.
having curfews and getting arrested for standing on their front porch. That's tyrannical.
It was like
These same people did not
literally
protest
one
it.
step before they hit martial law, basically.
Yeah.
That's the way I looked at it. I was like, and I was actually kind of surprised they didn't just call military troops, and I would see them everywhere.
I think we were moments before that. Yeah, I think one of the things that really helped on that was a lot of states started pulling back, like Texas and Florida, say, no, you know what, this is wrong. We are not doing this anymore.
Yeah, but
And
it still took. But they still
they
folded
still
at the
did
very
it in the
beginning.
You know, that goes to show you what fear will do to people. But then people pushed back and said, no, not okay. You know, and then you had, I don't know, it just these are the same people that wanted people thrown in jail if they wouldn't wear a mask.
Yeah.
You know, they wanted people prosecuted for that.
It's fucking stupid. And now they're bitching at ICE agents for wearing masks.
Yeah. Yeah. Police officers were mandated to wear them.
Yeah. So they wouldn't get doxxed.
Mm-hmm.
And like their family, they wouldn't find out who they are so they can go and terrorize their families.
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
Yeah, that's why they're wearing them now. It's because of that. People are literally threatening their families. You know,
it's the same with like undercover agents that go into criminal organizations and shit. When they go to trial and shit like that, and they report what they saw or witnessed, they hide their identity because they'd be at risk.
Exactly. These people don't get it.
No, they don't. All right, moving on. 3 women were. This was funny because we were talking about Spirit Airlines. Well, hold on. We're talking about Spirit Airlines. We'll be talking about Spirit Airlines on the next episode. I forgot we pre-recorded it. But this was from Frontier Airlines at the Miami airport. After 3 women were arrested after trying to board with an extra piece of luggage and refusing to pay for it. That's it. And authorities said they refused to pay for 2 extra carry-on bags while trying to fly to Philadelphia. A verbal argument broke out after airline staff asked them to step aside and pay. They basically says, we don't have to listen. Let's just go. Entitlement. So deputies came in there and they kind of removed them.
Airlines are very clear as to what you can bring in, how many you can bring, what your ticket covers, and then allowing you to be able to pay extra for more.
And the sad thing is, some airlines will be they even break their own rules. Sometimes they'll just like, okay, that's fine. You know, they'll just let it slide and stuff like that. But I mean, I've had where I brought in luggage that I couldn't take on the plane. They were like, you'd have to go ahead and store it underneath, and there was a fee for that. I'm like, okay, not a problem. So, and I had no problem with paying it. And it wasn't much, like $50, $25. I don't remember how much I paid the last time, but it's their business. Right? You want to fly on their business. You want to fly on their plane. You have to follow their rules. And
exactly,
it's this black fatigue all over again, where people are just not putting up with this shit anymore. Yeah. And I'm so happy. And that's like the triple effect right there. Right. She's ghetto and she's got pink hair.
Yep.
I guarantee you she's a Democrat. I guarantee it.
I'll guarantee it.
All right, let's move it on. Now,
what the hell is that?
Yeah, listen to this stupidity.
Hello, it's the master. The reason I have red lipstick on is because I'm at the demonstration in Traverse City. There's thousands of us. And red lipstick I was informed last night by my friend Jen was a form of resistance when Hitler was trying to take over the world. He didn't like women wearing red lipstick. So I've decided red lipstick. Everybody put on red lipstick to show resistance against you know who. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others.
No, you're wearing red lipstick because you like to and because you're gay.
Yeah, and you're a fool.
Yeah.
Do not be that guy.
I mean, I've never heard, it could be 100% true. Hitler might not have liked red lipstick.
I've never
How
heard
is that a protest?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he didn't like the idea of being set on fire. So, I mean, if these guys want to go out and set themselves on fire, right? I'm perfectly cool with that one, though.
I mean, these people are stupid. They don't even know what they're freaking protesting. They really don't. It's like they have gone so far. They like to call the right extreme, if you know about our sports. They have become so extreme that they are protesting rapists and murderers and criminals from being deported.
Yeah, like that.
And they call that tyranny, or they try to equate that to being thrown in ovens, or the Nazis. These people are insane. They are they've lost all sense of.
It's like they're treating them like animals. They're holding them in detention centers. They're getting 3 meals a day. They're getting legal representation, so their rights aren't violated, even though they're here illegally.
Right. Yeah, they've been putting out so much fake stuff. It's not even funny. I want to say maybe it was you that put it up on the Twitter files, but there was that image of ICE arresting some illegal at an airport, and they were trying to say this is what they did. And it's like
yeah,
that was
actually
happened
well
me. Before then. It had nothing to do with this. These people are insane, man.
They're fucking stupid. All right, here for something funny. This dude is genius, like the title says.
Hey, boss. Yeah, we can't keep going on this job. It's starting to rain and thundering hard.
Now this is genius. I don't do construction, but if I did, this would be a good way to get out of work early. Basically, that's all he is. He's been telling him, oh, yeah, it's raining pretty bad over here. And then using a piece of fucking metal just to make the sounds of thunder and lightning.
So now that he's being recorded, his boss is going to find it and fire him.
And probably. I'm hoping this was a spoof. But
yeah, I hope so.
It more than likely is. But actually, I got into an argument with someone on Twitter earlier today. They were talking about that flight attendant that got fired by her airline because she was in her uniform on the plane when no one else was around. She started twerking.
Okay.
So she got fired and she got on CNN. She's all crying. I mean, I was doing it on my own time. I was already off the clock, but she was still in uniform on their plane, her employer's plane, doing this stupid shit. And I posted on there, yeah, you don't do that. That you're disparaging your company's image if you do something stupid like that. If you want to go shake your ass and record it, fine. Get out of your uniform, get off your employer's plane, go have fun. I'll watch it. Because she's not ugly. She was actually very attractive. But some idiot commented on there and was like, well, yeah, but she was already off the clock and everything else. I was like, it doesn't matter. She's still in uniform and she's on the freaking plane. How are you not getting that? It's like a police officer and they have gotten fired for that, still in uniform, and you can see them at a bar drinking and stuff like that. And they get recorded, and then their bosses find out at the station, they fire them for it because that's a bad representation of the police force. It's image. It's how you use your image. And people don't understand that. Like, well, it wasn't working, so it's fine. No, it's not.
Yeah, even worse in uniform. It's bad enough to be doing it on the plane, but in uniform, that means you're representing that company.
Yeah. How hard is it to just change clothes if you want to go shake your ass? I will watch your video of you shaking your ass out of uniform. Wearing a nice, tasteful thong.
A lot of people have had fantasies of the, flight attendant uniforms for a long time, but they've kind of
don't record it.
Yeah, don't record it.
Send it to your boyfriend or something. Don't be posting it online.
Right.
All right. Let's move on.
Anyway.
Let's see here. He won twice that day. Let's see what this is about.
Won the lottery.
If you won the lottery?
Yes. I won the lottery.
I would take half of it.
Okay.
And then I'd leave you, never talk to you again, and live on a private island by myself.
Okay, that's creepy. So what if I were to tell you that I've won the lottery? And it was a scratcher. And I won $40. So here's half. And how about you get out of my car? You're gonna leave me now?
With $20?
On the lottery.
If you won the lottery?
Yes.
Basically, she said if he won the lottery, he would dump him and take half of it and everything else. So he did. He won $40 and gave her 20 of it and says, "Get the fuck out." Sadly, that's most women.
Yeah.
That's why I always say prenup.
I've never liked these kind of tests because women do these really stupid tests all the time on guys.
Oh my God.
But actually, I really kind of like that one because all that did was just expose something that she was not with him out of any kind of loyalty or love or anything like that.
Nope.
This is like a relationship of convenience for her.
Yep. I've always said most women are always looking for the BBD, the bigger, better deal. And that's sad.
Yep. I understand it on a psychological or primitive levels. That's why they're hypergamous.
Yeah.
But come on, guys. That's just ridiculous. Loyalty in women just doesn't exist anymore.
Well,
or at least not in general. There are exceptions. I accept that, but they're just I attribute this. There's this thing I've been saying for years. Dating is practice breaking up.
Yeah.
So since they no longer do a courtship process or nothing like that for marriage, girls start dating at what 12, 13 years old, sometimes even younger. But let's say then, and they're together a few days, a week, 2 weeks, and the more they do that, the easier it becomes to break up with people because you've broken up. They might have had dozens of potential relationships by the time they've graduated high school.
Yeah.
So then, how many times have they broken up? It becomes easy to move on to the next guy.
Yep.
That's really not the case for most men. You get a small percentage of men that have that, that are constantly getting a girl. We all know those guys, but those are the exceptions and not the rule.
Yeah, usually guys are pretty fucking loyal. I mean, for the most part. I mean, when they find that one, and if it hits all the marks that we want, we'll stay with them. We'll stay loyal to them.
Yeah.
If it's just like a relationship of convenience, then that's when a lot of guys will go out and cheat and stuff like that. And they know they look at the woman, they know this one isn't the one. Mm-hmm. This is the one right now.
Yeah.
So that's sad, but I mean that's the nature of the beast.
It's sad, but that's what that makes me think of. It's just.
All right, now this is footage released by the Army veteran killing a gas station worker before shooting himself in the head twice. This is kind of graphic, so. It's only about 40-something seconds, so warning, guys, this is graphic. Yeah, I don't know why he came in. I don't know why he shot the gas station attendant. And then the other guy's shooting bricks, and then he just shoots himself in the fucking head.
And what's weird is he shot himself twice. I mean, you know how hard it is to shoot yourself twice in the head?
Well, maybe it's because they didn't say what kind of caliber it was. It could have been like a 22. Because, I mean, those things are pretty, you can survive a 22 easily.
It's like he shot himself and he realized, wait, I'm not dead.
Let me do it again. So, he was an Army veteran. I don't know what happened as far as maybe he had, PTSD or whatever the hell that is, shell shock. Maybe, I don't know, but that's, why shoot the fucking gas station clerk?
Yeah, I don't understand what the purpose of that was.
Maybe it was some kind of a revenge or something. I don't know.
That's maybe one thing I thought is possibly personal.
More than likely, because if he was just batshit crazy, he would have killed the guy that was standing right beside him. Yeah.
We just went for the closest person. Specifically, he was waiting for him to be right in the right spot.
So, I mean, that's sad. Moving on, let's see here. Texas student athlete left paralyzed after he was shot at a Waffle House while trying to help his friend who was being attacked by a group of teens. Seth Jackson, 18, will never walk again. He suffered a ruptured lung and aorta, fractured ribs, and a shattered spinal cord. His family said a teen pulled a gun and Jackson was shot as he tried to escape. Charles Webster, 17, and Taylor Griffin, 18, were charged with engaging in organized criminal activity. The suspect shooters has not been caught. Jackson is a straight-A student who worked 2 jobs and recently committed to the University of Houston. That is fucking sad. And it's just more this fucking thug mentality. I mean, when I was there was that you get your friends, gang up on them, but no one pulled out knives and guns and shit like that. Well, it just turned into one big fight. But and to me, honestly, like these guys are pussies because you have to pull a gun or something unless it's like you being trampled on like 4 other people attacking you or something like that. Then I could see if you have a weapon, use it. But if it's just someone coming in to break up a fight, why would you pull a gun?
Yeah.
That makes no sense. And now because this poor kid's paralyzed, I'm glad he's not dead. But I mean, honestly, truthfully to you, if you were put in a position like that, would you rather have died or be paralyzed for the rest of your life? Me personally, being paralyzed, I couldn't deal with that.
That's a tough one, honestly. I mean, I've known plenty of paralyzed people that live pretty fruitful lives.
It depends. I guess
You
I
know?
rephrase it. Like if it was like waist down, I probably could. I manage. I can learn it. But if it's like Christopher Reeves kind of deal, like neck down, I mean, I'd rather.
I actually think I'd probably rather just gone.
Yeah, same here. Because I mean, I'm not going to be a burden to everyone in my entire life because I can't fucking move.
Yeah.
Can you imagine you guys having to wheel my ass in here every Saturday?
Yeah.
Like push him in here and like.
Yep. I mean, waist down, you can pretty much take care of yourself once you learn the process of what to do when you've healed. Neck down, you are 100% relying on somebody else.
Yeah.
On everything. So, that would suck.
Yeah. At that point, I mean, just shoot me in the head. Be done.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. The No Kings March once again in one photo. My dog is smarter than Trump. I'm not the world's greatest speller. I can't pronounce some words, especially weird fucking names.
Mm-hmm.
But I know how to spell than.
Mm-hmm.
And that is it for your Twitter files this week.
People are idiots, man.
God damn. It's fucking weird. Okay, guys. Well, it's time for the question of the week. And this week, I hear it's going to be released tomorrow, but I don't know. There might be a little hold up. The sponsor for this week's question is James's movie. He, as you all remember, a few months ago, they were filming his Easter Bunny movie, the day the Easter Bunny died. And it still hasn't come out yet. I hear that it's going to be out tomorrow, but in this wacky world, who knows if that's going to happen. So we'll go ahead, we'll hit the trailer and you guys can watch it.
In a world where one Easter Bunny just wants to spread cheer and eggs to all the boys and girls in the world, comes a bunch of weird left-wing Karens that just want to destroy anything wholesome. Coming this Easter, it's time to watch the Easter Bunny die in The Day the Easter Bunny Died. From the OFO podcast, watch James take on the role of a lifetime as he dresses up in an Easter Bunny costume and tries not to get murdered by a bunch of weird-ass Karens. So does this make James a furry? Maybe. James just wants to spread some holiday cheer. But it seems no matter what he tries to do, there is someone out there just wanting to run his furry ass over. The Day the Easter Bunny Died. Regardless, James is going to do what he needs to do, even finding love in all the wrong places. Wow, that's the kind of woman that fucks you. This Easter, make sure you run. Don't walk to watch how James finally gets done and when we all witness The Day the Easter Bunny Died.
All right, sir. I still love that. It is great. You've done wonderful for Fat Love. She picked you up very easily, sir. I'm very impressed. She must work out. The question of the week. What is the one thing every office should have?
Naked massage.
I was going to say a bar, but naked massage would make me feel a lot more relaxed and less of a hangover, too.
Right?
Naked massage and slash bar.
You can put it all in one little spot.
Yep. I mean, because the bar, it's got a hardwood table, so that would be really pretty good for the massage. So yeah, we could combine the two.
Yep.
Leave your comments below if you think that's what should be one office thing that you must have.
Yes.
Ours is naked massage bar.
Yes. Tell us what you think.
Yes. Tell us what you think. All right, guys. Well, this is a new month, so we're starting a new set of movies. Last year, actually, we started doing Aprilspoofs. Well, we're going to continue with that theme. It's just a little, any movie that was basically kind of a spoof of something. It doesn't have to be like The Naked Gun or Top Secret or a bunch of throwaway gags and stuff. Like next week, I believe we're watching Tucker and Dale versus Evil. And that one, not really a spoof movie. It's more of a play on horror movies, which is funny. So, but this week we got a good one, and it is actually a spoof. It's picked by James. It's his pick this month. So go ahead and hit that intro for us.
Aprilspoofs, where laughter never fades. Join the crew as we throw shade on the parades. From comical blunders to the silliest fights. Together we celebrate those hilarious nights.
All right, so this week's movie is an oldie and a goodie. I literally had to watch this twice in a span of 24 hours because someone decided not to show up today. And that is Spaceballs. It's from 1987. It is about a star pilot for hire and his trusty old half-dog sidekick who must come to the rescue of a spoiled princess and save planet Druidia from the clutches of the evil Spaceballs. I love this movie. It's one of the few. I told you guys, I actually rented a movie theater and watched this back when COVID was started, and they were selling like you can rent a movie theater for yourself for a few hours for like $100. And I took a couple of women to go watch that movie. So I love this movie. It's funny. It's still good, and the jokes still hit so well. What did you think of the movie?
Oh, as always, I always loved it. It's funny.
It's funny. It is really a spoof movie. It's got so many one-liners on there that I still remember to this day.
Right.
I'm just plain yogurt.
Yeah, I like how it didn't just spoof Star Wars, which that was the obvious main part, but it also had all kinds of Easter eggs.
It had aliens. It had Star Trek. Let's see here. I know that desert scene where like they're walking and they're like water, oil. It's a spoof of another movie.
Yeah.
I know I've seen it. I just can't remember it. So if you guys have seen, we know what I'm talking about. Post it in the comments below. Let us know what the fuck they were spoofing in the desert scene. This is annoying the crap out of me. Mel Brooks is funny. I mean, all of his comedy is fucking hilarious. Still, one of my favorite scenes in that movie is like he's on the Brooks is on the toilet or something like that. He's like, tell him to comb the desert, and they pan it back to the desert, and they're literally combing the desert. And they get to the black guys, and they're like using one of those picks for their afro. Like, we haven't seen shit. It's fucking hilarious. I love that. What about you? Is there any like scenes that you absolutely love on it?
Love. That's a tough one because there's a lot of ones that just like it's just like little chuckles throughout the entire show. You know? Whether it's the twins from the gum commercial. Yeah. Right. Listen, another little tidbit there. To getting his body turned around when he was transported or.
Why didn't anyone tell me my ass was this big?
Right. Or the princess where she actually really had a really ugly nose, but she had plastic surgery to make it look good. Yeah. So that means they're gonna have some ugly kids.
Oh yeah. She's a Druish princess, remember.
I mean, it was just there's so much of it that's memorable. All of these multiple little scenes that you don't forget.
No.
You just remember it forever.
It's so good. Like when it's towards the beginning of the movie when they're flying away and she's trying to escape and Dottie's trying to like talk to her and she's got her the buns and she takes them off. She looks like fucking Princess Leia and she takes them off their headphones. That was funny shit. This is PG-13, so there is zero nudity in this. So there is no nudity rating on it. What do you give it as far as like a star rating on this? For me, I have to give it a 5. Yeah, it's classic.
I'm giving it a 5. It's classic because no matter how long it's been out, I still really like it.
And I'm worried though because they've already announced Spaceballs 2. It's going to be out next year during the spring or the summer. I can't remember. So I saw his History of the World Part 2. They turned it into like a TV show, like miniseries. And it was god awful. It was not Mel Brooks at all.
Yeah.
So I'm just afraid they're going to fuck it up. And if that is, it's going to be like a lot of things that when they do horrible sequels, I just kind of imagine they're not out. They've never happened. Like Highlander, I love that movie.
Mhm.
There's no other sequels after Highlander.
Yep. Once in a while, you get a very rare show where they either meet or exceed the original. That's extremely rare.
Yeah, and what's weird is a lot of that's I think of more of them with action movies than I do with regular movies. Like except for maybe like The Godfather. I like The Godfather better, but everyone else says it's better than that. But the rest of them are just action flicks. Like I love Alien, but I love Alien more. I love the Terminator, but I love Terminator 2 more. So I mean, it does happen, but I find most of them are just action movies when they do it. All right, well, there's your rating for it. It's like I said, Ram's not here, so oh well. It's going to be a short ass episode. Well, mentioning Ram's not here, I guess I have to do his top 10 list. Fuck.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know. Oh well. Well, hit his intro.
Ram's got voices running through his head. Ram's rod is about to penetrate your mind. Here's Ram's top 10 out of context thoughts.
All right, guys. Well, it's time for Ram/my top 10 list. So, hold on. Let me see here. There we go. I lost my fucking place. All right, at number 10. Great. I don't need glasses. Oh, shit. Never mind. Number 9. If I had that ring, I could stop going to those S&M clubs. Number 8. I love Uranus too. Number 7. I love twins. Number 6. I'd be sunburned in like 2 minutes on that planet. Number 5. Why does this remind me of next week's episode of the podcast? Number 4. My dolls are way better than his. Number 3. I miss getting helmet. Number 2. My Schwartz is bigger than both of theirs combined. And number 1. I feel like watching Aliens on Broadway for now for some reason. And that was Ram/David's top 10 out of context thoughts. I hope you enjoyed it. And hopefully, what am I saying? It's pre-recorded. Ram will definitely be back next week. We already did it. All right, guys. Well, Guy, it's time for the douchebag of the week. So we're going to move right on to that. Go ahead and do me a favor and hit that intro.
This is a douchebag. I said douchebag of the week.
All right, guys. So douchebag of the week this week is basically the government shutdown or somewhat shut down. It seems like the Department of Homeland Security has been the one affected by it.
Partial shutdown.
And then we got like people like Mr. Chuck Schumer, CNN. Do you give Trump any credit for paying TSA employees? Chuck Schumer, no. Little note back, they did actually, they haven't opened up the government fully yet, but he's using emergency funds or something. He's paying the TSA workers finally. So actually, like we said it before, I think personally they should just be abolished and done. I mean, they have the privatized security like they used to do at the airports, and they did a better job. I mean, the TSA has never caught one bomb or on one plane ever.
Yeah, they haven't proven themselves to be better.
Yeah.
After all this time, they took over after 9/11. Prior to that, it was private security. They obviously haven't performed better.
No, I think ICE is doing better because while they're there, they arrest illegals. So I mean, hey, you want to replace TSA with fucking ICE? I am 100% cool with that. They do the same exact job, except they give you a nice little bonus.
Right.
So it's ridiculous. What else do we got? Andy Ogles, 65% of individuals coming into this country end up on welfare. So instead of your taxpayers taking care of our veterans and our kids, it's going to people who, quite frankly, don't love this country and don't belong here, which is true. And that's like half why they're holding everyone up, because they don't want to fund ICE or anything like that. So they're basically, Democrats are being little kids. It's like, if I can't have my toy, no one else can. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
The Democrats love that, though, because people that are on welfare or any kind of aid, state aid, are more likely to vote Democrat. They know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not 100%, but it is a vast majority of them will vote Democrat.
Yeah, because they don't want their meal ticket to go bye-bye.
Yep.
I mean, it should be illegal. I mean, that's what Democrats are basically doing. You can't buy votes. It's literally illegal, and that's exactly what they're doing. Oh, you vote for us, we're going to give you welfare. We're going to help you with benefits. That's buying your vote.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Using the coffers to buy votes.
It's ridiculous. All right, what else do we got here? Here's something. House Democrat Rep Catherine Clark caught skipping TSA security as she rushes out of Washington, D.C. after voting to defund Department of Homeland Security. Yeah, didn't you know all the senators are on vacation right now for the next week and change? And of course, they don't care because, they get to skip all that shit, Let them stay in line. They're not important.
Yeah.
They're afraid they're going to get attacked and stuff, and I understand security is an issue. Cool. Have your bodyguard in front of you and have your bodyguard in the back of you. There you go. Stand in the same fucking line. Rules for thee and not for me. And here we go. This is J.D. Vance, and he's torching them.
Senators here, what would you like to see happen? Are you available to cast the deciding vote to pass the SAVE Act?
Absolutely. I am available whenever they would like to pass it. The problem is we actually do not have 50 senators, not who would vote for the SAVE Act, but who would overrule the filibuster. That's something that a majority of the Senate. You need 50 senators plus me, and I'm certainly on board. 50 senators to actually overrule this archaic rule and pass the Save America Act. Now here, Benny, this is the thing that I find so absurd about this. You remember Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin, two people I didn't always agree with politically, moderate Democrats, but very good people. They are the people who saved the filibuster when the Democrats were in control of the Senate just a couple of years ago. What happened to them? They were tarred and feathered by the far left. They were ran out of town. So when Mitch McConnell and Lisa Murkowski say, well, we need to protect the filibuster because the Democrats, they're not going to do it, so we shouldn't do it either. The Democrats ruined the career of Kyrsten Sinema for not overruling the filibuster. They're going to do it. So we might as well do it now to enforce the protection of the American electoral system. It's the dumbest political argument I've ever seen. I promise you, Benny, I would bet every dollar that I own that the next time the Democrats have control of the Senate, they will break the filibuster, hack the Supreme Court, and destroy this country. We have to do it now in order to save the country. Sure.
I agree.
I
mean, I still think it's stupid that it was enacted to begin with. And this thing was been around since what, the 80s?
Yeah.
Or like the late 80s or something like that?
That's the thing. I understand the purpose of the filibuster. And there's times it makes sense. You got people like the Democrats do this all the time trying to push through really terrible legislation, right? So you're trying to stop it. There is no excuse for this. Literally, there is nothing bad about the SAVE Act that I can find.
And the fact that 87% of American citizens actually want it passed, it's not like it was like 50% of them. It's almost 100% of Americans want this passed.
Right? And they just keep lying. The thing where you were just showing Chuck Schumer a little bit ago, I was watching actually that whole clip. And he's sitting there trying to say that, 2-1 Americans support, what the Democrats are doing. It's like, that's not true.
No, it's not.
Not even a little bit.
And people keep getting called out. They're like, I keep saying on CNN, because it's always CNN, they're like, all the black Americans out there have problems with this and this. And then they actually show them facts that like, no, they don't want any of this either.
Yeah, right.
And they're like, they can't come anything back and say, if they do, it's usually, no, that's racist.
Yeah.
Oh, you're being sexist. They keep using the same old tired cards, and it doesn't make any sense anymore. Even the people that back them are just like, this is fucking stupid. What the hell am I doing? Why am I voting for these people?
Right. That's why, when you hear those buzzwords, sexism, racism, homophobia, all of these things, that's why when you hear that from the Democrats and when you try to push back and you say, okay, so what is it that he's doing that's racist? What is racist about deporting people that are here illegally? They can't give a real answer.
No.
They're just targeting brown people. No. I mean, yeah, it is true that the majority of people that come in illegally are.
But they deported a bunch of Asian people. And last I checked, Asians weren't freaking brown.
Right.
They're whiter than me.
Yeah. Depending on the area of areas that you come from, you got some that are more brown, and you got ones that are almost kind of a golden skin, and you have very, very, very light skin people. You know,
like Alex. Alex is whiter than me, and he grew up in California.
You know, so yeah, that's what they do. Is they can't really truly identify it. They don't really know what's racist about it. They just know that they've been told that it's racist over and over and over and over and over. It's like, okay.
It's like that old picture I've shown a bunch of times. They look at two numbers, and it's a Republican and a Democrat. It's a 6, and it's just like turned different directions. The Republican goes, "That's a 6," and the Republican goes, "That's 9." And then you look at it now, and the Republican goes, "Oh, it's 6," and the Democrat goes, "You're racist."
Yeah.
It makes no sense. They that's their argument for everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on here. Let's see here. Overnight, the U.S. Senate has passed a bill funding most of Department of Homeland Security following Trump's executive order to pay TSA workers using other funds. However, ICBP are not funded. I wonder why.
I'm confused.
I don't know what CPB is, but I think TSA is still down.
Yeah.
Because I know a reason. I'm not going to say it.
ICE is funded. That's one of the reasons why the whole shutdown is stupid, because their whole protest is ICE, yet ICE is funded for the next several years.
It is, but the thing is that the new bill they were trying to pass was trying to get them funded more on, and also to, I believe, to hire more agents. And that's what they don't want to add on to it. Because why are we going to allow ICE to get more funds to take away our voting base? That's basically it.
That's exactly what it is.
It's retarded, but whatever. All right, moving on. Democratic Rep Gregory Meeks refuses to say he's thankful for President Trump is paying TSA agents. Are you thankful that he did take that action, CNN asked. He could have taken some action. He is the one who actually did take action. So let's go ahead and listen to this.
Well, look, the president, if he's been saying for a while that he could have taken some action, so that would have never had this issue. He could have told Johnson, make the deal. But he did not.
He is the one who actually did take action, not the Congress so far. Do you support and are you thankful that he did take action when you're saying that the hardworking American worker of TSA have been the people caught in the middle?
The president, they should have never, you heard that.
See, you can't even fucking say, just like, yes, I am thankful. That's all you have to fucking say.
The Democrats are the ones that did that. Trump was trying to let the process work so that they could come up with a deal and get it passed, right? The president is not going to automatically jump to whatever method he used, emergency funds or whatever it was.
Yeah.
When the Democrats or whoever, even in reverse, shut down the government for a short time while they're working out some kind of deal.
Yeah.
Historically, they haven't done that. So that's not going to be the first thing a president does.
No.
That's not what it's for. You want them to try and get that deal worked out. But this happened because they went too far.
Oh, yeah.
They went too long, and there was no logic behind it. It's completely about just punishing the American people because the Democrats don't like them.
Yeah. I've said this earlier in the podcast. I'll say it again. What they should have done is Trump should have just came out like, all right, I'm dismantling TSA completely. The airports are going to be having to do their own security again. And I know what you're thinking. That TSA, all those employees are gone. They don't have work. Don't worry. We're going to transfer them over to ICE. And they're going to work for ICE. I would do that. I swear to that would be and you would watch literally Democratic heads explode.
Right.
It's like, well, fuck you. They're not, or transfer to ICE, and ICE is already funded, so you're kind of fucked.
Well, we'll let those that want to go to ICE, and those that don't can go work for the private security agencies that take over.
Yeah, I mean that would be it, and I guarantee that probably airports would probably pay more money than they do because I work for TSA. I was going to be hired for it, and they didn't make. I make more money now than I did like if I worked for them. Like the highest paid ones you would get to, and it wasn't by much. It was like $21 an hour. Was over there in Alaska. Mm-hmm. Other than that, it's like 15, 14 bucks an hour.
Here in Texas, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's like I think it was like $10.37.
Literally, because I was doing security when I moved down to the area. I applied for them, and then when I looked at what they were offering, it was less than I was getting offered for the company that I got hired.
They get paid jack shit.
And it was terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just like, and I know that it is different based on where you live in the world, in the country, you know. But it was just terrible pay. I mean, like it didn't even match what I was getting paid for really relatively low pay security jobs in the area.
Yeah, you know? They don't get paid shit. So I was lucky. I got hired, and they were gonna assign me an area so I can go work at, and that's when the government shutdown happened, and they couldn't hire me. So I found another job where I'm currently working. So it worked out. It worked out fine. All right, let's see what else we got. What do we got here?
I mean, you know, the Democrats are really good at being or talking about what they are against. And right now it appears they are against America. They are against the American people, and they are certainly against Donald Trump, who brought about the most secure border in our nation's history, protecting Americans. You know, it's interesting, it's fascinating to me, because the Democrats actually should focus on what they are for. In politics, that is where you gain ground, when you are able to share what you are for, but they simply cannot. They would rather defund or shut down DHS and use the pain and the harm of the American people for their own political advantage. It's absolutely insane. And it just goes to show that the Democrats clearly have no leader. They have no vision. They have no hope to offer the American people. They are actually being held hostage by the far left progressive side of their party. And maybe that looks good in certain pockets. But to the majority of the American people, when we think about heading into the midterms and we think about 2028, they do not want any part of this. They want DHS funded. They want our airports secure and TSA agents able to get their paycheck. But again, here we are. It's the only play that the Democrats have, and it could cost them.
And it really has. I mean, their approval ratings are, they're gone. And like I said, even when you have people on fucking welfare and everything else, when they're siding with Republicans, something's wrong. Something's fucking horribly wrong. So I just don't get it. I don't know how you can keep telling the same lie over and over again, and you have people brainwashed, and they stay brainwashed. Eventually you think, okay, they'd wake up sooner or later. No.
It's not like the information's not available.
I mean, even it's bad when even CNN, because I showed a couple of clips where they're on the side of Republicans. Holy shit.
Right? Yeah. I've seen a few of those, and I'm like, what the heck? I mean, it's good, but
it's great. You know, but I'm like, holy shit! Is that how bad they're losing?
Right. It's kind of, you know, it reminds me of the old meme. It's been around for a long time. You know, you show a picture of Obama. It's just like, we hated him because we love America, and then on the opposite, they hate Trump because they hate America. And it's true. You could talk to Democrats left and right, and they literally hate America. I mean, yeah, sure, there are those that claim they don't. There are those that claim they love America. But there are so many that literally hate America. They look at our founding and they go, oh, we're all just a bunch of racist slave owners and blah, blah, blah. And they hate every aspect of us. They think we're just a bunch of, you know, misogynist pigs or whatever. It's tyrannical. And I'm like, that's their view of America.
Yeah.
So if that's your view of America, you don't want to protect it. You want to destroy it. You want to replace it with something else. Whereas we love it. That's why we want to preserve it. If you don't want to preserve it, then you don't love it.
No. And I think that's something that we should amend the Constitution to state. Even though I know it would go against a bunch of that shit that's already in there, but it's just like, hey, if you say you don't like America, cool. We immediately deport you to El Salvador. And let's see them. Or you don't like El Salvador, we have multiple places we can send you, like Uganda, Brazil. I'm sure they would love Brazil. I mean, with the chicks, with the nice asses and everything like that. Who gives a fuck about this? You might get shot like 5 minutes being there.
If they hate America so much, why don't they leave? I mean, people that live in other countries that don't love their own country, in fact, a lot of them still do love their own country so much they want to turn our country into their country.
Yeah.
But if you don't like living somewhere, historically, people would get up and leave and they'd want to come here.
Yeah.
If you hate America so much, get up and go. Find a country. There are a lot of them. Find a country that you think you can go to and live there.
Yeah, I mean, that happens in the States. Like, people don't like living in California or New York anymore because of all the bullshit that's going on. They move the fuck out to another state.
Unfortunately, a lot of times they turn around and start voting Democrat, and they end up with the same stuff they had when they left.
No shit.
They don't vote for the same crap.
All right, let's see what else we got here. I love Scott Jennings. He's just fucking awesome.
We can all agree, though, that this is highly irresponsible. We're at war, and we have the thing called Homeland Security closed. I know it was a long time ago, but let's all go back and remember how this started. Democrats don't want to have any funding or enforcement of our immigration laws. For this fiscal year, Department of Homeland Security has been shut down 50% of the time. Highly irresponsible, and in both cases, it was Democrats, frankly, just throwing a fit about immigration. That's it. They care more about no immigration enforcement than people moving around the country.
Let's just be clear.
We can all agree, though, that this is highly irresponsible.
And yeah, he nailed it. I mean,
he's right, and she's going to try and argue otherwise.
Oh, of course,
that's not true. It's not true. Like, first off, they've been for open borders for years.
Yep.
They've been absolutely open border while saying they're not. I mean, they won't say the words, we're not for open borders, meanwhile supporting open border policies and being mad when you stop it. You know, we're for enforcing our immigration law, and then get mad when you want to deport people that are here illegally.
I think what we need to do is, because we still have that law in place, eminent domain. So anyone who is certifiable as proved, we have them on camera or in their own words saying that, they want these illegals in this country. Basically, we take over your property and we let them move in. And we can do it legally. It's eminent domain. We I mean, we can use that loophole. It's like, well, they need a place to say. It's like that Billy English, that bitch with that, like all that land on stolen land. Well, you know what? These guys need a place. So we're going to be taking half your house and your property, and we're going to build little tent cities here for them. And I guarantee within a month they'll be crying. Nope, they all have to be deported. Let's super fund DHS.
These people, it's
they're delusional.
Especially when I see people on places like that saying that stuff. It doesn't affect them directly.
No.
It's not going to affect their job or their home or their neighborhood.
No, it's not. They're just like, oh, okay. All they're looking for is their voters. That's what they are. Mixing of douchebags. Jonathan is refusing to call back the senators from their 2-week vacation in order to get DHS funded, saying it'll just be a show vote. How would you know if you're not actually calling for it? You don't know.
Yeah, I think you should go for it.
And the no-show vote was passing a bad bill at 3 a.m. just so you can go home. That's all he did. That's all he fucking did. That is fucking ridiculous. And the sad thing is, to get rid of this asshole, all we need is 5 senators to say, we want him gone. Bam, he's gone. And they elect someone else. Maybe someone else would do better. At this point, a fucking potato would do better than him.
Seriously.
Even ABC is blasting Senator Chris Van Holden for holding the Department of Homeland Security hostage.
It's confusing.
This is funny.
You have fought and blocked the funding for the Department of Homeland Security because you object, as you just outlined, to what ICE has been doing. And you wanted to force changes. And yet, the only thing that has been assured throughout all of this is that ICE already has the money. Because as you said, $75 billion passed in the budget bill last year. So you're holding up the entirety of the Department of Homeland Security because you object to ICE and you want changes to ICE. But through it all, ICE continues to have the money.
John, we're not holding up all of the money for all the Department of
Are you
Homeland
fucking
Security.
stupid?
That's just a false statement. We have said repeatedly, we should fund TSA, we should fund FEMA, we should fund the Coast Guard. We are not prepared to give ICE another $10 billion on top of the monies they already have and are using in many of these lawless operations. We're not going to give them another $10 billion unless they make fundamental reforms, including holding people accountable for the killing of American citizens.
And fighting over that additional $10 billion, you are holding up the rest of Department of Homeland Security.
We're not holding it up.
Bullshit.
No, John, we're not holding it up. We have now voted 10 times.
Right, but you're holding up unless it doesn't include money for ICE. That's just a fact.
Yes,
Yeah,
that is 100% right.
They're voting no on the bill, so therefore they're holding it up.
Exactly. And they keep saying, we're not holding it up. Well, what do you want? I want that ICE money removed. Okay, but everything else is fine? Yeah. Well, then you're holding it up. Ugh.
Yeah. And what pisses me off about their anti-ICE bullshit, they'll make those false statements like, lawless operations. No, nothing.
It's part of the Constitution. If it was lawless, then go ahead and vote for different immigration policies. Yeah. There you go. They changed the law.
Nothing they've done is not lawless. And then he'll try to use and killing American citizens. Actually, 2 have been killed. 1 was entirely her fault. The other one, I actually still am questionable. I think somebody made a mistake there. That is hardly going out and just going to kill American citizens.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, your car's blocking our other car. Bang. Okay,
and this is Democrats' fault too, because they're wanting people out there protesting, trying to stop lawful operations. But see, what he calls them is unlawful operations. And therefore, you got idiots out there that actually think that they're being heroes by trying to get in the way of ICE.
And
we got to stop these unlawful operations. No, they're not unlawful.
They're not
unconstitutional. They're not wrong. They're not morally wrong. You can't even argue a moral wrong.
No.
But they do.
You say it's wrong. How is it wrong? Well, because of humanity. Well, bullshit. So you're saying someone breaks into your house and decides, while you're sleeping and like moves, like snuggles up to you next to your bed. It's like, I live here now. You're cool with that?
Yeah. It's the same principle. You know, and that's the thing. People will try to go with the due process argument, which was already defeated in Supreme Court.
Yeah.
In that, if somebody breaks into your house, for example, this is where you there's no due process to get them out, right?
You call the cops arrest them and take them out.
Get arrested and all that kind of stuff, right? The due process comes after the fact. When you're illegal, you've broken into our house, you get to be removed. You don't wait. There's no law that requires them to be present at a hearing. They don't have to have a long, drawn out process. There is no right to an attorney.
No,
any of that stuff. They actually just can be kicked out. But they keep giving these illegals more and more opportunity to stay. It's like you came into the country illegally, or you came in legally through a visa and then you overstayed. That's against the law. Go.
I mean, I can understand. Like, I am kind of more lighthearted with some of that stuff. Like, if you're a good person, you have your job, you pay your taxes, your visa expires, or something like that. I believe they should detain you, but let you also reapply. Make sure they get a grant before they deport you. Now, if you're a criminal here and there's no way in hell and chance you're going to be able to get a visa or a residence or nothing, bye, goodbye. But, there are a few people out there, I still think they're stupid for letting stuff expire like that. But at the same time, I'm willing to at least detain them here in prison while they get their immigration bullshit out of the way, as long as it's not going to take for fucking ever,
The problem is millions of people have done that. It's not a small number anymore. The majority of people that are here illegally, at least it used to be this way. I don't know about after this last bit during the Obama or Biden administration, where millions were let in. So that may have changed things. But the majority of people here illegally used to be those that overstayed their visas.
Yeah.
And they would stay for years and decades. And to me, that's not okay. See, at that point, you just get them out, because they had no intention to go back and do it right. They showed a complete lack of it. They didn't care that their stuff expired. They knew that years ago.
Yeah.
Those people I have no sympathy for, because I basically, this has been abused for so long that I'm done with the sympathy. I used to be a little nicer about that.
I'm not as jaded as you are as far as that, but I'm getting there. I'm slowly getting to that point where I was like, I don't give a fuck. Get out.
Yeah, and that's why, because it's been so abused for so long, and then we have an entire Democrat Party that encourages it.
Beyond comparison,
that I'm just like, I want to just set that line and just no more. This is not acceptable. We're done with this. If you're here on a visa, you can still leave. You can still leave with an expired visa, go home, apply, and come back.
Yeah, and they streamlined a lot of that. So, Ram was telling us about, and I watched the video of it, where the guy, he self-deported.
Mm-hmm.
He went across back door because his visa and everything expired. He applied for residency, and it didn't take a couple of weeks, and then he was back over here.
Since he already had a family here, it made it even easier.
Yeah,
because he could say, "I have a wife and my kids are there," and blah blah blah, blah, and they can confirm it and prove it. And be like, then, and if he hasn't committed any crimes, he hasn't done anything bad, then it's easy to approve it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a no-brainer, and the government gets money because they have to pay some kind of fee for all this. So It's a win-win. You get residency, we get money. and we get someone that we actually want here in this country.
Totally cool with that.
Yeah.
But people don't get that. They think that if that's what you want, then you're the racist. It's like,
it has nothing to do with racism.
It's not a race thing, man.
Because it's like literally, I don't give a fuck if the dude is from Ireland who's whiter than me. And I love Irish people. If he's here illegal, go away. You should be deported. I don't care. That's not
Especially the
racism.
Irish redheads. I really like the Irish redhead girls.
Yeah.
I don't know what about them, but I just think they're so darn adorable.
They are. They're just they're daywalkers. They're gingers without souls, and I love that.
But they're so adorable.
They're
Anyway,
so adorable.
I digress.
All right, guys. Well, that was the end of the douchebag of the week. I hope these idiots get their act together. Graham's not here, so I'm not going to do anything cutesy. It's time for James's takeaways for this week. So go ahead and hit his intro. Woo!
James takeaways. Hear his voice resound. In the heart of a moment, wisdom's found. Every thought's a treasure. Every laugh's a win. With confidence, we'll let the journey begin.
All right, James, go ahead and take it away.
All right, listen up, knuckleheads. Here's some free wisdom with a side of reality check. Adulthood is just childhood with better snacks and worse consequences. You think you've got it all figured out? Then life hits you with surprise bills, mystery back pain, and sudden urge to Google, why does my knee sound like popcorn? The real pro move, keep that inner kid alive, the one who believed mastering one skill would solve everything, but pair it with adult humor. Because if you lose the wonder, you're just paying taxes in a slightly nicer outfit. Stay wise, but don't get too serious or you'll miss the joke.
I agree.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with that. That is, because I noticed that, like, when I'm Googling stuff now, I'm actually Googling medical stuff. And I'm like, something is wrong. I'm like, I am basically turned into my mom.
Yes. See?
So
I don't know what got me on that one, but you know,
it makes sense. All right, guys. Well, it's time for the game, and then
how do we do a game with just two of us?
You don't know Jack. That's why every time it's just me or you, or it's me and Ram, I throw on you don't know Jack, because it's actually a one-player game too. Because I play with myself a lot.
I see.
All right, guys. So go ahead and hit the intro. Let's get this game started.
You know what time it is, baby. It's time to play some fucking games. My nipples are so hard right now.
All right, guys. So it is time for You Don't Know Jack.
We just want you to think about it.
Everybody down.
All right, everyone's in.
See, this is something that Ram could have played from home.
Yeah, he could. I could the thing is I'd have to live stream this.
That's true.
You don't know Jack.
Or at least text them the freaking thing, because they show you the questions on the damn your phone.
Exactly.
Hi, I'm your host, Cookie, and this is my new fidget spinner. Oh my god, that's a blunder. Blunder. 2 players.
I got a
When this
headache.
is over, one of you will be the winner, and the
Well, luckily for you, the show's almost over.
Go home and take some ibuprofen, man.
I think that's some in my office. You can take it before you
Why
leave.
wait any longer? Time for question 1. To get things started, only the freshest references. Which of these 80s catchphrases best describes the story of Icarus?
Okay. It's weird.
Wax on, wax
There we
off.
go.
Where's the beat?
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
No, you won't. Icarus flew on wings made of wax and feathers until the sun melted his
You
wings.
didn't know that? I figured you would have known that one. You're into all that literature or
I
weird
should have
shit.
knew that one, but I couldn't remember.
Grody to the max. Here's one for you. Turtles all the way down. Going by the Divine Comedy, are there more levels of hell or seasons of Entourage?
Oh, shit. I think the fucking stream is lagging. Oh my god.
Uh,
All right, well, shit.
so it failed.
It failed.
Are we trying again?
Yeah, we can try it one more time. Let's see here.
You broke it.
I probably did. I think it's the internet connection in here, actually. Reload this shit. See, RAM leaves and the fucking game starts fucking up.
See how it is? Yep.
If this doesn't work, we're just going to call it. This is taking a while. Please check your internet connection. Jesus Christ.
Here at Binge,
All right,
we
here we go
realize we're not
again.
the biggest streaming service, but we are the
I
one
was in the
you're
lead
stuck engaging
too,
with
so
at
if
the
I
moment.
lose,
So
I'm going to be
maybe
very
we can all
pissed.
just take a minute and get over ourselves. Binge Pipe
Right.
is way more
U-B-E-J.
impressed by you than you are by it.
All right, everyone's in. Let's try this one more time.
I can never get a hold of customer service.
Binge Pipe is ignoring our lawyers and presenting You Don't Know Jack.
It's actually my nickname for my girlfriend.
What?
Binge pipe.
Binge pipe.
Yeah. She binges my pipe. Not recently. Like, at all recently, but still. And I'm sure after this comment, probably even longer than that. After that, you know.
Okay, this is awkward because only one of you will win and the other will lose. Most friendships don't recover from a thing like that, but
I thought it was funny. She's not.
Hang on tight, we're in for a ride. Time for question one.
The game, part 2.
No choice but to resort those shoes, though. Officer, I have one question for you. What is those? The singular form of these, the plural form of this, the singular form of them, or the plural form of that?
And you should get this one because you're a writer.
Although, you know.
All right.
I could still get it
I
wrong.
like what you picked.
I'm probably going to get
The
this
plural
wrong.
form of this is these.
Fuck.
Them is a pronoun that can be used in the singular or plural, but cannot be used to get you points for this question.
So it's these.
Remember this moment.
No, it's
Those
that.
is the plural form of that.
Hey, look, I never said I was grammarly correct.
Yes. See, that's why I use Grammarly. It tells me that I got it wrong.
Check out the new true crime series, Fashion Police.
No, this is not a commercial for Grammarly.
No,
but I do use it.
Although if they sponsor us, it can be.
I do use it in my writing.
Tomorrow we march on Olive Garden.
I'm cool with
What
that.
might a protest sign read that was pro-anti-pasto?
No, I think it's lagging again.
Yep.
Yeah, I think this is going to die on us again.
Yep. I'm not getting anything.
Yeah, I'm not getting any prompt either. Yeah.
Yep.
I think it just died.
You could have at least tried. You might have even come up with this.
Well, you could have given me a prompt, but all I got was you don't know Dad.
I once saw an anti-presto. That's the appetizer magician that comes before the main one.
So I'm guessing the game is going to be winning this week.
Yes.
And it did. So
The game won this
the
week.
game won this week because it just decided to totally fuck with us.
I wasn't doing anything anyway, but you know.
Yeah, no, whatever. All right. So final thoughts, James.
My final thoughts is I really didn't want to get out of bed this morning. So like, subscribe, and share, and tell us your comments.
Yeah, because I've gotten some interesting comments. Mostly the comments I read on our videos is, what the fuck did I get suggested? That's usually what I see on those.
What was that?
Like, what? Why are they so ugly?
I know. Why am I so ugly?
My final thought is happy anniversary. I hope everyone's enjoyed the 52 episodes of this show. Actually, I think it's more like 53 because I did a Halloween special. But I hope everyone has a happy Easter tomorrow. And remember, Jesus died on the cross for our sins, and so the Cadbury Easter Bunny egg can give us chocolate eggs.
Alrighty then.
I
Go to church tomorrow, guys.
I still haven't figured out why we give eggs on the death of Christ.
It's a pagan thing.
It's a pagan thing?
Yeah, when Christianity was adopted in Europe, pagans and all that kind of stuff, it's just like any culture, they will bring a little bit of something of their own culture into it.
But the Easter Bunny?
The egg represents life. And since dying on the cross represents our life, dying for our sins for everlasting life, and Jesus was resurrected, right?
Mm-hmm.
On Easter Sunday, after 3 days, that's what that represents.
Okay,
so,
now explain to me the Easter Bunny laying those eggs.
No, I don't understand the Easter Bunny thing.
Thank you.
As far as I know, that was a commercial add-on. I don't know anything about that being connected directly to any kind of pagan practice.
For the love of God, someone explain the fucking egg being coming out of a bunny.
That's
all I want to know.
That is a good question. I love the answer to that one. I've never heard it.
Please answer the thing. Well, we won't tell you the answer if anyone left a comment next week because it's recorded. So until then, fuck off.
Thank you for listening.